Hello there, everyone. My name is Oversoul. This is Oversoul Gaming, and welcome back to Alan Wake 2. And before we get started, some breaking news at the time of recording this, which it'll be old news by the time you're seeing this, but literally within like the last, 15 minutes between me recording this episode and the last one, James McCaffrey, who is the voice actor who plays Alex Casey in this game, and he was also, Max Payne, obviously, but the voice of Alex Casey in this game, anyways, has passed away at age 65 from cancer. Like, literally just happened today at the time of recording this, December 18th. So, wow. Okay. That's a bit crazy considering we just saw that character die in an alleyway. Ugh, bad timing. But okay, that's very sad. He's such a prolific voice actor. It makes me wonder then what they're going to do moving forward because I'm pretty sure Alex Casey is going to be a continuing character in the franchise. And they were talking about remaking the Max Payne games too. That's unfortunate. Definitely probably going to be putting a hold on some stuff. You are pointing that way, but oh, okay, I see it. Come on. I was gonna say, you're not that obscured. Let's see. Guess that'll do. There's nothing over here, if I remember correctly. Can't go too far that way because it gets all distorted. It's like an invisible wall type situation. So, I mentioned
The
before
tunnels
that
were a maze. The blood trail led me on.
I mentioned before that oh, I don't have a charge to put here. I know where to get one though. I see it over here. This is where we're eventually going to exit, but
Another
I
place
need...
to use in the story.
Yeah.
I needed to search the tunnels for further visions. Inspiration for the story that would lead me deeper. I had a new location for the story.
Let's add the FBI agent to it then. There we go, that
I
changes
changed the
things.
story. And with that, the dark place changed.
To our advantage, of course.
The federal agent had come here looking for answers. All he found was a fate worse than death.
Okay, so as I'm trying to say, like I said before, I mentioned that the final draft New Game Plus mode in this game adds a bunch of narrative stuff. It, like, extends the ending. Well, that's not the only reason to not freak out about the original ending of this when we get there. Trust me. Um, Besides the ending being extended there, this game also has two whole DLCs planned that I think are going to expand the lore of the universe. One of those DLCs is called The Lake House, and the Lake House is one of the Federal Bureau of Control's, headquarters. It's a headquarter they've established out here in Bright Falls. I can't remember if I showed you when we were in the wilderness, but there's a gate leading there, and if you hit the intercom, they're like, FBI, we have questions for you, and they're like, sorry, we're not authorized to blah, 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 whatever. Anyways, that gate leads to the lake house, so that'll be important later.
Another echo lingered here. A source of inspiration.
The other DLC that they're planning is based on the in-universe TV show Night Springs. It's going to be like an episodic thing where we play through a bunch of episodes of Night Springs. I'm curious how it'll tie in.
Your research can help me, ma'am. What do you know?
There's more than one urban legend about the cult of the word. The murder cult used these tunnels for their ritual sacrifices. They say the cult reenacted the murders in Alan Wake's crime books. That Wake was even involved somehow, under a false identity. Mr. Scratch, which is, of course, a nickname for the devil himself.
It was disturbing finding myself in the story this way. But I was desperate, and it felt right for the story.
It says you can better avoid detection if you turn the flashlight off. Like, that's how we fight the shadows.
Alan Wake.
Yeah, we're fine. I'm sorry, did you say something about shoving my own words down my throat?
It's bad luck to be on this case. The cult can get you anywhere with that black magic shit. Let the day shift handle it. What happened, anyway?
Some Fed came looking for the cult, but it was a trap. A satanic blood sacrifice.
Anyone who gets involved with the cult, they're next. I heard their leader is this famous writer, Alan Wake. Their unholy motherfucking messiah.
Sounds like a load of bull.
Alright, cool. So, yeah, basically
This new plot beat would carry me deeper into the story.
the villains in both sides of the story are a cult. The cult of the word in initiation, and the cult of the tree in return. There's more to it than that, though, and you'll see what I mean later.
The story was affecting the scene. I could imagine this murder cult performing their macabre acts beyond the collapsed tunnel. The cultists laid the Casey novel onto the altar with reverence. Their twisted Bible.
Yeah, so in this side of the story, the cult of the word is a bunch of people who read the Alex Casey books and somehow found hidden meaning in them, and they worship Alan Wake and perform ritualistic sacrifices in his name. Of course, we also know that Mr. Scratch is not Alan Wake, it's the dark presence taking his appearance. So I think who they're actually worshiping is Mr. Scratch, and that led to bad things. But it is just like a typical case of like a bunch of fanatics reading a book or watching a movie that someone made and getting the wrong message from it, and then starting a weird
The water
cult.
was gone. The way forward was open.
Okay, how many of these lockers are going to be empty? Remember, in games like this and like Resident Evil, items are procedurally generated. So it's not a waste of time to check something and find it empty, because there could be something in it. It's always it's a Schrodinger's cat situation every time until you open the container. You know, the item both is and isn't there until you've opened the container and confirmed one way or the other. And it's always random depending on your need for it and the difficulty you're playing on.
Hey, Alan.
Hey!
Tim Breaker. In case you don't remember again.
Oh, I didn't
I know,
forget this
Tim. I'm
time.
remembering more now.
It's good to hear, man.
How's your search for Mr. Door going?
It's not great. This dream we're in. Putting a lot of roadblocks in my way.
Sorry, my bad.
So you think this is a dream?
I'm not ruling it out.
It's not,
My
though.
dreams have always been incredibly vivid.
You're stuck in the dark place.
They feel real until the second I wake up. In the dreams, I'm often someone else.
Like Jack Joyce?
Different person with a different name, living a different life in a different world.
Quantum Break.
Alternate realities, maybe. But certain things don't change. Like Door.
Yeah, so remember how I said that, okay, so like obviously we know that Warland Door is played by David Harefield. So before he passed away, their original plan was to have him be played by Lance Reddick. I may have mentioned this before. And Lance Reddick also plays a character named Mr. Hatch in Quantum Break, who's the main villain of that game. So I do think that they are supposed to essentially be the same character.
The sketch you have does look like the door I know. The talk show host.
All I know is the door has something to do with what's happening to me. And he knows that I know. He's like some sadistic mastermind torturing me.
Uh-huh. What more notes do you have now? Let's see, he's got some new notes. We read all the other ones, but the red ones are new. It says, "What is this place? A dream? Feels like it. Not real. No place. Every place. All places. Any place. Now New York. Not NYC. A way to other places? A nexus? Is Door the gatekeeper? Or trying to get somewhere? Everywhere? Door, gate, portal, port, opening, access, window. Yes. As I mentioned before, his name is Mr. Door because he's a multidimensional traveler, and a door always exists between two places at once." Is it cheesy? Yes. Is it also clever? Also, yes. Wow, you're just sleeping in here, huh? I hope you check that mattress for bed bugs, my dude. Alright. See you later, Timmy boy. Oh, oh, oh. Alan Austin Free. Hey, look! Speaking of Night Springs new season coming soon. That feels like a foreshadowing to the DLC, the upcoming DLC. Oh, look! AWE, Altered World Event. Let's see, Poet Cinema Art House Films and Ocean View. Oh, the Ocean View Hotel. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? I think we visited a place of that same name in the AWE DLC in Control. Yes. That was supposed to be spooky. It was a little spooky. Because you're just walking around here, man. This is the dark place, and you don't know which shadow is and isn't an enemy. And you run past them, and they're like, wait. Oh, God. Oh, that one's an enemy. I don't know if there's a much clearer indication of intent to harm than knocking you down by busting the door in. Yes, in this game, jump scares equal danger. Okay. Especially considering that it's not like a your typical jump scary style game in terms of horror, you know.
The memory is fading like a dream. I must hold on to it. I remember an awful beacon in the darkness, a scene of a ritualistic murder site in the subway tunnels. Is it a previous draft of my writing? Must be. I've been trying to shape the dark place around me, but so much fades away. Even my memory of the process washed away by dark waves. But some things remain. The darkest, nastiest elements, like the murder site. It's my goal, a stepping stone to travel deeper to escape. Write a narrative that takes me there. Casey will lead me to it.
Fun times. Fun times had by all. Oh, here we go. This is the way out. Gonna need that
The
light.
train blocked my way forward, but it was here for a reason. It had a role to play.
I didn't realize how many AWEs were graffitied all over the place around here. Oh, shit. Hi. Yeah, you're walking with intent. I don't trust you. I hate when they walk with intent and they turn out to be nothing. It's just a cheap trick to get you to waste your goddamn batteries. And then when you actually need them, And then when you actually need them, you know, you don't have them. Ooh, there's an arrow. Pointing that. Where?
I should work this out on a plot board.
I'm not worried about your goddamn plot board at the moment. I'm trying. Aha, here we go. Give me that. Come on. Thank you. Words of war. Well, let's see. Increases the amount of damage done by the last bullet in the
I
chamber
had a
of the
new
revolver.
scene to use, a new setting.
I know. We'll get to it in a moment. Be grateful I'm going out of my way for the good shit, Alan. You need it. Alright, let's do this. Derailed train, what should I use? The murder cult scene? Let's use that one.
My writing was affecting reality.
Yep, that was the right answer.
Wake.
Oh, fuck me, that's a bad one. Yep. Could tell right away. Generally, when we start switching to more spooky focused scenes like this one, like the murder cult one, we can expect there to be more enemies. Like more actual enemies, not just fake ones.
Come on, ma'am.
This is where the history of the cult gets genuinely disturbing. The cultists tracked down the torchbearers living in the tunnels. They locked the poor folks up in a derailed subway car, doused it in gasoline. Yeah.
Charming.
It turns into a bit of a ghost story after that. They say the dark smoke from the fire still roams the tunnels searching for new victims to devour.
There are no happy endings in this city.
The story thread felt important. I could use it in one of the scenes I'd found.
Yep, let's do it then. Torchbearers? Yeah, now we go to the scene where they burned a bunch of
sick
people
and
alive.
twisted story. But it worked.
Yeah, it opened the way through the train. If I remember correctly, this door doesn't open. Not from this side, nope. I think we can come back through this way, though. A lot of Dark Souls style shortcuts in some of these areas.
The subway car had become a burnt husk. I could get through it now.
Oh, son of a goddamn it, fucking shit. I hate that. Maybe I just turn the volume down on my headphones.
None of this was real. It was all real. Fuck me.
Guilty conscience, Alan? Considering that you are kind of, you know, in a way, arguably a tiny bit responsible. See? Shortcut. Now we had to go through the horror first. Oh, is there a word of power down here? You better not just be telling me where to go, because that was obvious. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. It's behind this board. What am I... Okay, I got it. Okay, that works. I didn't know I could just shoot it. Wish I would have known that the first time I played this. Don't know why I instinctually did it this time, but... Alright. Made myself harder to detect. 25% anyway. Flashlight or no. Not like it matters. We're playing on story difficulty anyways. These enemies die super quick. Hey, how you doing? Where am I going?
Alan Wake.
Wow, that's a lot of enemies. Alright, you... This definitely is not good. Oh shit, that's a bad one. I lost where I was for a second. The camera messed up. Alright. Are we done? Did y'all get your fill? Now, what was all that about? What did I come in here for? Just to search these lockers? Okay, so I used those items just to get more of the same item. I broke even on that situation. Then why did I even do that? Oh well. Should have just kept going. Down we go.
My path was blocked. I had to find a way through.
Yeah, we
The
will.
lights would help me.
As soon as we save. Oh, come on. Thank you. It's the responsible thing to do. Oh, don't mind if I do. Nope, nothing in there. Okay. I guess the game has decided that I have enough items. Alright. There, now we can go. It's kind of like a maze. You gotta like red light, green light it a little bit, or no light, yes light. That's not what I wanted. Or wait, maybe it is. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I remember this area. There are definitely enemies here.
Alan Wake.
Yep. I hear them in the water down there. I have no need to go that way right now, though. The story continues yonder this bay.
Wake. There is no escape. I guess honestly.
There's plenty of escape. I'll figure it out. Oh,
Alan Wake.
it's pointing towards words of power. Aha. Oh, you're moving. Stop doing that. Stop it.
Alan Wake.
Tired of wasting my shit. Hey, gentlemen.
The echoing hall had a story to tell.
Yeah. We got a new scene. Let's see. First, we'll do this. 5% chance to not consume ammo. Sounds good to me. Now we need to check
The new
out the
scene I
plot
had
board.
found was important for the story.
Let's try missing FBI agent. Okay, now that changed things a little bit. We got some cult symbols, some blood, some shekels, a circle of chairs. Any of these open? Ooh, don't mind if I do. I should probably be using some of these healing items. Oh, crap. I haven't quick-slotted anything for Alan. Okay. Ooh, okay, we can go in here now. That's what that did for me. Just to get this collectible. Well, sounds like old Nightingale didn't have too good of a time. Alright. This is not the scene we need to move forward, though, so let's try a different one. Murder cult.
The hall
Yeah.
had changed into the murder cult's hideout.
There we go. That's what we needed. Oh, it looks like we have an Alex Casey thing. An echo, I mean. There we go.
The rituals to lead you on.
The Fed had witnessed something here that made him run scared. Whether the summoning ritual had been a bona fide supernatural event or the mass psychosis of stark raving lunatics, it didn't change the facts. The cult was messing with things no one should mess with.
The ritual was a vital part of the story, the key to reaching the murder site. The cultists were close now, a dark presence rising from the depths.
Now we have a new thing.
beat for the story.
Sometimes you gotta take multiple steps to get there, kind of like sagas.
This would create something terrible in the scene, but it's what the story needed.
Alright, we figured something out. Complete the ritual in the collapsed tunnel. Alright, well the scene is what we need it to be now, so... These guys are gonna be problematic. Oh shit.
Shit!
Alright, more batteries, please. Aha! You're a bad. Oh shit! Someone behind me. Ouch. That hurt. Got a little turned around there, but we're good. Alright. We're safe here for the moment. But only for the moment. So we're gonna need this light. Oh no, wait. That just closes this. Never mind. Kinda need it open in order to get out. Ooh, cool. Another one of these. Very good for us. Very useful. Okay, I know there's somebody in here wants to fight. Oh, Echo.
Turns out the cultists weren't the only ones using the tunnels. Hidden graffiti signs marked secret routes. I kept hearing whispers around burn barrels of an underground society of mystic outsiders with hidden knowledge. Typical New York.
Sounds like a clue to me. Oh, and now the Brigade of Shadows wants to show up. Listen, gentlemen. I've had enough of your will they, won't they game. Oh, shit. That one will.
Come on!
That was my fault. I ran head first into that one. Just looking for items. I don't trust a nary one of you. Bunch of ne'er-do-wells. Aha! You see? Okay. The trouble manifests itself. Go back. Nah, I think I'm gonna keep going forward. Ooh, hi. Does this count? Thank you. Where to fix found? Alright. I have 2 of those I need to use now. Increased damage dealt to enemy and blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. 1. And what's the words of fix? What do we got here? Oh. Alright. Quick save, manual save. Gotta save a lot up in here. Alright. Now back to our original scene. Because we have a new thing to attach to it to move forward with. Yes, yes, the darkness. Spooky, spooky. Thank you. Alright. Ooh, plot board, collapse tunnel. What's the new one we got? Summoning ritual. That should get us out of here. Yep, there we go.
The dark presence.
Oh, looks like we gotta run.
Fuck! Fuck!
Yes, yes, fuck indeed. How about we get the hell of Catharsis out of here, eh? Let's go. Forgot that was a QTE. Come on, Alley Boy, you can do it. Bad darkness. Naughty.
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone.
Okay. The Dark Presence did not much care for us making progress, but now...
The tunnel was open now.
Yeah.
I could get through.
The way the screen turned red the way it did when the tunnel opened. Uh-oh. Yeah, this shade of red right here reminds me of some of the scenes from Control. Run! Run! This is more of a brisk jog than it is a run, but I guess it works. When you're outrunning a paranormal dark entity.
The dark
Yeah.
presence. I had seen it before. I remembered now. It was always out there. Hunting me.
Well, it's basically what started your whole adventure when you first came to Bright Falls. The Dark Presence at that point took the face of was it Cynthia Weaver? No, that was the Lady of the Light. I can't remember. Whoever it was Tom Zane's wife, you may remember, that was taken over by the Dark Presence.
I had found the murder site. Somehow the victim's heart was the key.
Yes, just like in the real world.
Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home. An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
Sort of.
I'm
She can hear.
Saga Anderson, FBI. Help me get you.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Mount Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The Dark Presence. Help me. Please, help me. I could sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow?
Yeah,
Something had changed.
they can only hear bits
Outside.
and pieces of what each other
Parliament
says.
Tower, where I'd lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
Oh, that's right. That's where his apartment was. We see his apartment a lot in the first game. And that is the end of the second chapter of Alan's part of the story. Initiation Part 2. I will be back with you after the song.
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. I can see you there, but you don't see me anywhere. I'm right in front of you, I'm right here on this winding road. What are you looking at? Is it your face on a pane of glass? 'Cause somehow this window becomes a trap on this winding road. Will it ever let me go? Forever I am fading to black. Forever I am circling back, just to fall into this trap, this winding road.
All right. Okay, so that was 2 chapters as Alan. So as soon as we find a janitor's bucket, we'll travel back to the
Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
the writer of the first word, not the writer of the last, with the terror of the light and the shadows cast. The third eye now open to project the night. This is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone. Okay. But anyways, yeah. We'll transport back to Saga's side of things as soon as we can. So yeah, when Alan and Saga are talking to each other like they were there, it's all like they can barely hear each other. I don't think I'm supposed to go through the water like that. Oh, here's where I'm supposed to go. I didn't see that. they can only hear bits and pieces of what each other are saying, so we end up seeing those scenes from both perspectives in order to get the full story. Also, remember that what's happening with Alan in the Dark Place takes place in the past, and what's happening with Saga is in the present after these events, because obviously, as we saw in Saga's last chapter, Alan is in the real world with them now, so he escaped to the Dark Place. This is the story.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air.
His side
The
of things is the
meaning,
story of how.
the violent emotion of the act. Like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
It's so surreal hearing that man's voice after knowing that he's passed away today at the time of recording. Okie dokie. Ooh, do we have another word of power? It says it's up. Okay. This says down, this says up. I'm looking up. I'm looking up and I don't see shit. Did I already get this one? Oh, no, here it is. It's inside the train car. How am I supposed to do that? Ooh, does this work? Yeah, okay. Got it. I don't have a shotgun yet, but sure. We'll go ahead and do that. Does this lead out? No. This leads back to... Yeah, never mind. Nope, we need to go this way to get out. And we don't have to take the light with us because we already have
The station
one.
had changed.
Oh,
I was closer now.
Now we can have two. There we go. Now we have the upgrade where we can hold multiple charges at once. Two now. Eventually it'll be three.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York.
Yes.
Was I really this close to being home?
Parlamente.
Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
There's no janitor bucket in here, so I don't think we're gonna be able to switch over just yet. It was definitely my plan to do so, but we can't until the game lets us. So, into Parliament Tower we go. Well, we still have a little bit of time in this episode. Oh, the phone. Let's answer that first.
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Okay. Cryptic and ominous, just how I like it. Parliament Tower, here we are.
Maybe he was a writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Not quite. You see, what happened was, during the time that Alan has been trapped in the dark place, Alice has been haunted by Mr. Scratch, and her art of choice is photography, as we saw in the first game. So she's been taking pictures of whatever she can capture of him. Art is power in the Remedy connected universe. Music, writing, photography, film, all of it has power of some kind. Yep, here we are in chapter 3 of Alan's story.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
I think we're kind of forced to make...
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
I think we're kind of forced to make so much progress as Alan before we can move forward. Also, you recognize this swirl on this door right here?
This
You
is
may
the door to my
remember...
study, where I wrote my books.
You may remember in the...
This symbol wasn't here before.
In the AWE Altered World event, or also Alan Wake expansion, DLC and Control, when we visited the Ocean View Hotel, there was a bunch of doors that each had different symbols on them, representing different things. And one of those symbols was this swirl right here. So we know what some of those doors stand for currently, but not all of them. And I think it's all part of, like, Remedy's plan for extended lore down the line. Looking back on it, though, I do think one of those doors had a door symbol on it, and I think that has something to do with Mr. Door himself.
Alice. This is a photo of Scratch.
Yep.
How did Alice get this?
She took
Is he
it.
stalking her?
Video art doc on screens, multi-focal point of the dark place. Remember, too, that the Federal Bureau of Control brought Alice in and interviewed her after the events of the first game. Part 1.
Alice's memory card.
We gotta put it in this video camera over here and watch the video she recorded on this projector screen. Let's see. Okay, just making sure we have enough time for this. We do. All right. Enjoy. More live action stuff.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. and that nod at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do, too, sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Yeah. Well, and it would also make sense that Alice would be aware of the dark place, considering she spent some time in there before Alan saved her and took her place.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out.
There's the
story that
spiral.
brought me here brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Returned by Scratch. Well, how's that for a mind fuck? So while Alan has been writing Initiation, Mr. Scratch is the one who wrote Return, Saga's side of things. Interesting.
Some say that it leaves forever this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it leaves forever this road. Some say that it leaves forever this road that I lose you on every time.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip that song this time because we're short on time. Plus, it's basically the same as what you've heard so far. Oh, looks like we are switching back to Saga now as part of the story. Perfect timing, too, right at the end of this episode. It means we can start fresh with a new chapter on Return in the beginning, in the next episode.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Ellen. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
The lake is a portal to another reality.
so
How
has
is
your
that so
evil
hard to
doppelganger.
understand?
Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
The
and
darkness.
Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes,
In the
last
first
time
game.
it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away.
Another object of power.
I
The
know
clicker.
it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
You may remember in the first game, the clicker is an item we received from Thomas Zane's shoebox, and when we used it, it turned night into day.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
Okay. What absolute perfect timing. Because...
Insane. And there's so much of it.
Yeah, stop with your inner monologue, because this is actually where I'm going to have to go ahead and end this episode. We covered a lot in this, and before I end real quick, let me just squeeze in here. The clicker, you may also remember, was an item that was given to Alan by his mother when he was a child because he was scared of the darkness. It's just a broken light switch. She gave it to him, and she's like, hey, if you use it, it'll make the bad things go away, yada yada. It was useless until it was given power, because you remember, in Control, it's explained to us that most of the objects of power are just regular inanimate objects until they've been infused with power by some kind of paranormal threshold, like the refrigerator and stuff like that. But anyways, that'll be it for this episode. Remember to click the like button, leave a comment, and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. I don't have time for the full outro. Bye bye.